So the topic for today's discussion is Google Ad Manager, how to create a Google Ad Manager, how to sign up for Google. So Google Ad Manager, before we begin, what is Google Ad Manager and how to sign up for that one. So I wanted to start with the concept that what is Google Ad Manager. It was earlier known as a double click for publisher, short for DFP, and now it is known as a Google Ad Manager. Simply to put a GAM, it is referred in the market. To understand what Google Ad Manager is, simply put, the Google Ad Manager is a server. It's an ad server. So what is ad server? The ad server is basically similar to what web server, but the only difference between the web server and ad server is that the ad server is used to serve the ads. However, the web server is used to serve the content on your website, on your app. That's what the difference between the ad server and web server is. For example, in ad server, the advertiser hosts the advertising content assets basically, which will be hosted by the advertiser on the platform, and we as a publishers are the medium to show that ads on our websites or on someone else's website or on app or on the player, video player. And that's how the overall things works related to ad server. Now the important question is, there are too many things and too many products from Google, so it might be confusing for you to understand what is the role of Google Ad Manager and the other products. So this is basically a breakdown. We can say that there are products. One is called as a Google AdSense, the other one is called as a Google AdMob, then the other one is Google AdExchange, and this is the fourth one, which is called as a Google Ad Manager. So all these four products are part of Google's ecosystems related to ads. And there is one more product which is basically there are two more products we can say, but that is not the part of this discussion. But just to give you an idea of what are those two products, one product is called as a Google Ads and the other product is called as a TV360. So when I'm referring to the publisher, it means that someone who wanted to show the ads on their website, on their app, that's basically a publisher. And the advertiser is basically of someone who is willing to do the marketing and wanted to show their ads on someone else's websites, or reach out to get the installs or get the acquisitions, or reach and to make an awareness of their product. Those are basically an advertiser. So these two platforms, Google Ads and DV360, are the platform for those. And these are the four products basically. AdSense, AdMob, Ad Manager, AdExchange are basically for the publishers, and wholly this is basically Google marketing platform or Google marketing suite, it's called as in the market. So what is the difference between these products? So what is Google AdSense? The Google AdSense is a product of Google where the publishers who wanted to monetize their web inventory or wanted to monetize their mobile web inventory will actually get the demand from Google, and by serving that demand they will generate some revenue, advertising revenue from their websites. So when I'm referring to the demand, what it means by what is basically a demand means. Demand is basically the advertiser is doing an advertisement, and that's basically showing up on your website or inside the app, and that's basically called as a demand. What you as a publisher, you as an app developer, when you are implementing the ads, it means that you are providing the supply to the advertisers, and the advertiser is providing you the demand, and the Google is the main entity between the two, both of them, and that's how the revenue will get generated. So this is basically what I means is basically the demand sources. So AdSense is a demand source for web and mobile web. How you will implement the AdSense? You just create your account in AdSense, you create the ad units, and you take out the tags and implement it on your website, and ads will started showing up. It's a simple platform created to start with and can generate good amount of revenue as well. And so that's basically an AdSense. The second product is called as a Google AdMob. The Google AdMob is a specific product related to apps. If you are an app developer, whether you are an iOS or Android or any other kind of app developer, if you wanted to monetize your app, then the go-to product from the Google is Google AdMob. You sign up for AdMob, you generate the code from AdMob and then implement it inside your app, and that's how you are getting the demand. Just like in AdSense, you are not able to control the CPMs and everything. In AdMob as well, you don't have that much kind of a control in AdMob, and it is very much restrictive in terms of what are the controls in terms of ads, where you wanted to show ads, how you wanted to show ads, and everything. Third one is AdExchange. The AdExchange is the whole and soul basically. The AdExchange is a global product which can include app, video, display, everything. You can do everything and everything you wanted to run via AdExchange, and that's why it's very hard to get on Google AdExchange. You need to have an eligibility to get a Google AdExchange. We will not go directly, we will not go deep into the Google AdExchange because there are too many questions related to Google AdExchange. To put it simply, that to get on Google AdExchange you need to generate huge amount of inventory, you need to have a variety of inventory, your quality of inventory should be very good, you shouldn't have a very high deductions, and that's the thing. Consider it like you need to have a 500 million impressions per month and generating like 400 to 500k per month revenue, and you are generating the 500k not from one type of inventory. You are generating that revenue via app, via display and via video, and then only you will get and the Google AdSense. The last one. Now 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 coming to the Google Ad Manager. What is the role of Google Ad Manager? So Google Ad Manager is a product where we can link AdSense with Google Ad Manager. You can link Google Ad Exchange with the Google Ad Manager. You cannot link an AdMob with the Ad Manager, that's because of the restrictions, but you can link the demand source like AdSense and AdExchange into the Google Ad Manager, and at the same time, apart from this, you can run your own house ads as well. You can create your own ads, you can create some custom ads, image ads, GIF ads, video ads, and anything that you wanted, and you can run your own ads via Google Ad Manager. That's what the purpose of ad server is. Ad server can give you a granular targeting. You can target iOS, you can target browsers, you can target OS, you can target cities, zip codes, everything. You can target section, you can target a specific articles on present on your website, and everything can be done via Google Ad Manager. But if you are getting a Google Ad Manager, it doesn't mean that it comes with the demand. You need to link the demand with the Ad Manager, then only it will start giving you the money. If you are running your own ads via Google Ad Manager and you are saying like 10k, but that revenue will not be given to you because it's your own ad. You are not actually it's not a demand provided by Google, it's a demand that you are actually serving. So you are the one who need to take care of the revenue if it is coming from the other sources that you are showing the ads from. So this is basically a brief difference between Ad Manager, AdExchange, AdSense, and AdMob. We will have detailed links related to it in the description, so you can check that out, the difference between Ad Manager, AdSense, AdMob, AdExchange, and how those are things. So let's begin with the Google Ad Manager. This is all related to Google Ad Manager. Now there are two ways to get a Google Ad Manager. One is just simply search for Google Ad Manager. Once you search the Google Ad Manager, you will come up with the first site, and this is basically a Google Ad Manager. If you see, if you wanted to start with Google Ad Manager, you just click on Google Ad Manager, you fill up the form, whether you are web or video publisher, app publishers, or anything like that. You click on continue, you choose the region of business basically, and you also what is type of your business. There are a few things as well, like I have 5 million plus page views, there is this one, then yes, no, I don't have any AdSense accounts, commerce, anything, and then save and continue, and that's how you are actually signing up for Ad Manager. If you are eligible to get an Ad Manager, then you will get an email saying that your Ad Manager is approved, and that's how it is done. So the basic criteria of getting an Ad Manager is simple. If you have the AdSense account or if you have an AdMob account, then you can simply sign up for Google Ad Manager, use that logins to create an Ad Manager account. It will not have any kind of issues. Only thing is that AdSense or AdMob should be active. It should not have any kind of reductions. It should not be disapproved. There shouldn't be any kind of a policy violation. It should be clean AdSense account, and that's the main criteria for getting a Google Ad Manager. If you are using old logins, someone else logins, it's okay, that's not an issue. But the issue will be that that account is already inactive for a year, or inactive for or maybe suspended, or have a policy violation side. You cannot use that account to sign up for Google Ad Manager. You need to have active AdSense accounts, and that can give you 100% assurance that your Ad Manager account will be created without any issues. But if you don't have any if you don't have AdSense account, AdMob account, and this is freshly you are starting, then the process will be lengthy and it will take some time to get a Google Ad Manager. The process that we are going to use for this account creation is simple. We are going to use another process which is called as a multiple customer management, manage inventory. You can learn it about it on the description below. I will post it the links. It's very much complex. At that time it will take some time to understand what that process is. But for now, the simple processes is basically there is parent and there is child, and we are basically having a child account, and we will be, so the parent is basically MCM parent, and that parent have invited us to create an Ad Manager account, and that's how this is what you are seeing. So if you see that I have received the Ad Manager request to manage the ad inventory, and this is the parent for which parent MCM account holder which have invited us to manage their inventory. This is basically an invitation to create an Ad Manager. So once you receive such kind of a request, what we will do is we will click on view request, and we will click on next. We will verify our logins. First thing is basically this is the parent Ad Manager, parent who have invited us to create an Ad Manager account. And since this is manage inventory, and that's why this whole window is showing up. In normal Ad Manager account creation, this will not come, but the process is all similar and it will not be different. Okay, so firstly we will select the country where the account belongs to. So since our account belongs to India, so that's why we are selecting in India. And now these are the terms and conditions. It's very much important to select the country where you resides, so that in later stage, if they wanted to verify your identity, if they wanted to verify the address as well, it will be much more relevant. You cannot change the country in later stage if you wanted to. So it's make sure that the country you are selecting is correct, and you can verify the details later on. You cannot actually put. And the second one is the Ad Manager have a different kind of limits as per the country. So for example, the India have a free cap until 200 million impressions, but at the same time if you are selecting an US, then the limit will be 90 million only. So it is very much important that you are selecting the country which is where you are residing, and in later stage when there is a billings and everything, you can verify the details. So this is very much important. There are few in this whole process, there are few things you cannot change in the later stage. So those things needs to be as per the guidelines that I am telling you. If you just miss anything out of that one, then it can cause any issues, and you cannot actually rectify it by any means possible, because there is no support available for Google Ad Manager, and as you know, there is no support for AdSense as well, and the forums will not help you. No one will help you in resolving those issues. So these are a few terms and conditions. It will just give you in that, okay, for what purpose you can use Google Ad Manager, for what purpose you cannot use Google Ad Manager, and what are the fees, what are the limits, and all those things. General rule is all the sensitive category kind of ads you cannot run it. You need to use the Ad Manager as per the policies of Google's. and if there is a policy violations related to ads, then they can actually suspend your ad manager account and basically can have larger issues. So I will click on this one and will click on this one as well. This is parent publisher's terms and condition. It says that the represented, this is basically a parent is representing your inventory, and that under the terms and conditions your administration with the ad service and all those things, blah blah blah, and they will give you net revenue, and that's it. Not an issue. Okay, let's click on set up an account. We are clicking on set up an account, and then here we will add some information related to the customer. Okay, so this account is belong to an individual, so we are putting an individual account here. We need to add the name, here we need to add the address, here we need to click on the address lines and everything. These are the details which are very much important. If your account is basically a business account, then you need to add a business details here. If your account belongs to an individual, then you need to put an individual here. So for now, since we are creating this account for an individual, let's put a name. For example, I will not submit this detail here, but let's put a name. I live in Pune, so I will put a Pune here. Then I will put Pune here as well. And you can put the details as per the exact details that you wanted. Make sure that these details match up with the address that you are living, because in later stage these details will be used for an address verification. So make sure that these details are correct, and as per where you will receive some pin from Google, you will receive and later basically where there will be a pin verification. So they will send you an envelope, and in that envelope you will get a pin, and that pin needs to be verified to confirm that you are the same person who have actually added the details. Yes, I will put some details, like for example this one, and I will put like let's just say yes. So we'll add these details. I will add like this. Now let's add exact details if needed, and then later on I can add the details as well. So I have filled up the details. I have click on save. Now the next will be this one, and here we will put the network name. Basically this is the name of your ad manager. You can put it anything you wanted to add it here, and you can rename it in later stage if you wanted to do that, so it will not be an issue. So we will name it as, like for example, ad tag macros ATT, and that will be our name. Select the time zone you wanted. So we will selecting the time zone as per, let's just say, an Indian time zone. Here we need to select the country as well. Here you need to select the currency as well. Usually we prefer it in USD, so that there is a conversion, and then you will get a good amount of revenue via Google. If you wanted to keep it an Indian currency, you can use that one. One thing important in this whole scenario is that your time zone and your currency. So the currency cannot be changed. The currency that you are selecting will not be changed even if you have an ad manager account. So make sure that the currency that you are selecting is similar, and it is as per the requirement of yours. And the second is the time zone, and this cannot be changed in a later stage. There is a case where it says basically after you create it, but don't take the risk of setting up something else in this form and then later on keep on changing it, because in ad manager you might be you might know that there is an order and there is a line item and all those things are involved, but this is a beginning phase. You will not be able to understand and what is distinguished between the order and line item and all those things, and then somehow you create the orders and later on you wanted to change the time zone, you wanted to change the currency, and it will not happen. So before doing that one, I would suggest that to select the time zone as per your requirement, select the currency as per your requirement, the currency on which in which you wanted to receive the payment and all those things. So it's very much important to select the right in this step itself. in the later on I would actually give you an idea of where the order is. Once the ad manager account is created, I will give you an idea that okay, this is where the order is created, and once that order is created you cannot actually change these options. So for now this is the details we wanted to do, so that's why we are selecting these details, and then we will click on save, and that's it. So this is basically the details. So this will be my network ID, this will be my network name, and this will be the parent publishers, and the delegation type will be a manage inventory, and this is how basically the thing is. So so with this one we are just sign up with the ad manager. Now we have to wait for ad manager to get it approved. Once the ad manager is approved, then we will receive an email, and after that we will continue to create an ad manager account. It can take 1 or 2 days to get your ad manager approved, or might be take some more time to get it approved. So let's wait for like 1 or 2 days. We will resume these videos once I receive the invitation from Google related to Google Ad Manager. Until then, let's see, let's continue or resume the video once we receive the invitation.